Hi everyone, it's Simon here. Wednesday afternoon, 31st of August, and the last day of summer. Can you believe it? Meteorologically speaking, at least it's the last day of summer. Tomorrow's the 1st of September, which means it's the first day of autumn. Can't believe it. It's gone so quickly, but it's good probably, I think, to be back into a normal routine of things. I just wanted to whiz through the weather of the next few days with you, show you what's going on. Models, I think, have got a general handle on it, but aren't doing particularly well, particularly when it comes to the weekend. Just going to whiz through these charts. The time's up here on the top left-hand corner. This is from weatheronline.co.uk. This is Wednesday afternoon. There we go. Area high pressure across the country, and notice how that stays with us as we go through Thursday too. So we dry Wednesday and also Thursday, but we start to see these outbreaks of rain just moving into the far west of Scotland late on Thursday night through the early part of Friday morning, and probably affecting northern and western Scotland, where it becomes breezier during Friday morning. South of the country is staying dry and all so far looks perfectly believable, and certainly it stays that way as we get through towards Friday with this trailing front look through Scotland, western parts of Ireland. I think this brings outbreaks of rain here, and it's going to be the western coast really that see most of that. Generally for much of England and Wales, it's going to be dry throughout Friday too. Now, overnight to Friday, this feature, this front, does tend to get a bit of regeneration going from the west. It's technically known as a kick up the bum. It's because we've got cold air coming in aloft that just kicks this front into touch, and you'll notice how during Saturday how that spreads through Ireland and through Scotland, turning quite heavy at times. There we go, look, there's Saturday afternoon. Pretty heavy rain for western Scotland and Ireland. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw 20 or 30 mil across western parts of Scotland during Saturday. Now, another area to watch for. Notice how most of England and Wales is dry, but just look at this area of thundery rain coming north out of France. Watch what happens to that. Overnight into Sunday, this heavy thundery rain tracks north. It crosses southeast England. Now, I can perfectly believe what that's trying to say. I think that we could see some thundery rain across the southeast, or at least close to the southeast, during the latter part of Saturday in towards Sunday, and also more heavy rain across western Scotland. It's this feature out to the west which I'm just not sure of, and I don't think it's going to happen. There's Sunday, low pressure across Scotland. I think sunny spells and showers for most of us. I think this really is overdone by the GFS. I think this is going to come in as a trough and just accentuate showers as we get through in towards Monday. So really, I don't think the chart's going to look anything like that on Monday. I think this chart is probably more like it, where we get a trough, that U shape that's going to pass through the country, bringing sunshine and also showers. However, after that, I think the models do get a handle on things, where Tuesday sees a gradual deterioration, although Tuesday may actually not turn out to be too bad a day. I think by the middle of the week, look, these westerlies are really getting going as the jet stream becomes established and things turn far more unsettled into the middle to the end of next week. This is the precip forecast from the GFS model in 2 day steps, two separate steps. This is from 31st of August to the 7th of September, and this one here is from the 8th to the 16th. Notice how much of Europe is becoming pretty unsettled as this westerly kicks in. These are the anomalies for the first 7.5 day period, so running up to the 7th of September. And notice how much of Europe is in around or just above normal conditions. Across the British Isles, GFS trying to say that central and eastern England is going to be at around 50 to 75% of normal, while the west of the country is near 150 to 250% of normal. Well, I can kind of buy that to a limited extent. I think what it's trying to say is that the showers won't be as heavy through England and Wales, but I'd have said near 75% of rainfall within this area, near 100% down those eastern coasts. Now, what else have I got to show you? Yeah, this one as well. Get rid of me. Some discrepancies going on between the models at the moment. These are the 10-day forecast 500 millibar mean and anomalies. So they're running from they're going from 168 hours, so a week today. So out from Wednesday through to Saturday, the 11th of September, and or the close of play Saturday, the 11th of September. And what they're showing here is this is the ECMWF, this is the GFS, and what it's showing is that the jet stream is strong across the Atlantic, but it's making the heights higher than normal west of the British Isles, which is having a tendency to build pressure on the ECMWF model, and the ECMWF is overplaying this idea, I think, of high pressure building. I think actually the GFS has probably got it more accurate. This is the GFS, look, a strong jet stream coming across the Atlantic, lower than normal heights north of the country, higher than normal heights over eastern parts of the states. This will build this ridge off the eastern seaboard of the states, strengthen this trough through the British Isles, and I think that probably is about right, because I think even by the end of next week into the beginning of the week after next, which take us through to almost the middle part of September, I think it could still be unsettled, and my feelings are that it could be unsettled through till around about the 16th or the 17th of the month. Then we may see an improvement for perhaps 5 or 6 days as the ridge finally builds in across the country. So we could see a brief taste of an Indian summer for 5 or 6 days, but I think come around the 24th, 25th, we probably go into more unsettling conditions for the back end of the month again. Of course, the difficulty with all of this is trying to predict what happens with hurricanes, because the track for the hurricanes at the moment is actually to come up through the Caribbean, off the eastern seaboard of the States, hook up to this jet stream, and then wing their way across the Atlantic towards the British Isles. And I think that that is probably the pattern that is going to evolve. Now, of course, you can get all the information via the website. Those of you who've been looking will no doubt know that I've been playing around with the website, making some improvements to it, and you can now put in your own area. So let's put Wolverhampton in there, for example. Do the search, it'll bring you up the page, click on what you want, and it'll bring you up a forecast for the area that you want. Put your postcode in, put your name in, it'll bring you up a forecast for your town for the next 24 hours in detail, and then click on the 7-day forecast, and as if by magic it will bring you up a forecast for the next 7 days. So I'm working on some more stuff too. Do keep checking back to the website and see what's developing on there, and thank you for watching, and of course keep the sun shining.